Thank you very much for choosing this as the only way to start your day. We are talking about the magical Kenya Open today because it begins today. For the 54th year, the Kenya Open Golf Tournament is taking place in the country. The first one was in 1967. This one is the Magical Kenya Open. Magical Kenya are the title sponsors. We're talking about great exposure internationally. We're talking about many countries getting to see Kenya. And like Patrick Obath, who is the tournament director, was telling us in the previous hour, through this kind of multiple country TV coverage, Kenya is able to market itself. Through the very many professionals who come to the country to play in Kenya, Kenya is also able to market itself. Now, because of the kind of profile of this tournament, we are then also able to attract very many Kenyans who get to start playing golf, who get to start appreciating golf, who get to start playing golf, and eventually they become professionals. They earn money out of this. This time we want to talk about how we can nurture Kenyan golfers, because we're talking about very many international golfers. How do we nurture Kenyan golfers? Joining us for that conversation is Dr. Rakesh Rao. He is the Group CEO of Crown Paints PLC Kenya. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Karibu sana. Now, of course, we're going to be talking about golf and how you paint golf green and everything else. We have some of the products that you sell as Crown Paints. We have the Silk Vinyl Emulsion, the Vinyl Matte Emulsion Extreme, and the others. You'll tell us whether you're the one who actually makes them with Tiger Golf Club, going to look green throughout this season. It's your paint. This and more. But City is going to welcome you with today's proverb. City?
Yes, every week we have a proverb. We choose a country and then we ensure that we inform our listeners and our viewers with proverb from that country. So the whole of this week we've been in the country of Rwanda.
Oh, great.
Yes. Mm-hmm. A man's heart is not a sack opened to all. A man's heart is not a sack opened to all.
What do you understand from that proverb, Rakesh?
I really don't know.
When you hear it,
what comes to mind?
What comes to mind? What do you think the Rwandese are saying?
No, I'm not very good on those type of language, local language.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if someone says somebody has an open heart, what do you think they mean?
Open heart is welcoming.
Yes.
It's welcoming forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Yeah.
So, but when you say welcoming also, when you say you open your heart, it also means you tell people the things you think, the things you feel. Yes, the English say somebody who wears the heart on their sleeves. That's what they say.
Yes.
Yes. Now the proverb seems to be saying someone's heart, what is in someone's heart, is never really opened to all.
Yeah, it's depend on the person,
Yes.
I think what generally happen, everything can be customized, everything be misinterpreted and interpreted in such a different way,
Yes.
So it's just the way the people are, the way the people think, the way you communicate, and how other people are taking the message. So it's always create a confusion. You can be the great message can be taken in a negative way, and negative message can be taken in a positive way. So it's just a matter of mindset and frame of mind in particular time what people are thinking.
I couldn't have put it any better.
Very well said.
Yes.
Rakesh, introduce us to Crown Paints. Well, not really introduce. There are very many people who've seen Crown Paints adverts over the very many years.
If you like it,
Crown it.
Crown it.
Right? Tell us about Crown Paints.
I think Crown Paints has been established in 1958. It's more than 64 years old brand.
It's older than Kenya.
Older than Kenya in this country. And many ownership hands has been changed. Then the company become listed companies in 92. And after that, our family, Charania family, has take over this 65% shareholding. And after that, we've been running this company from 96. I had joined in 2005. So the particular I know 2005 onwards, where when I came to this country, we're doing a turnover of 1 billion shillings approximately. And now we are close to around 13 billion shillings turnover. So we are by almost 13 times in this country, and thanks to all Kenyans who support it and make this brand big, So it's a professional first choice, housewife first choice, and all Kenyan first choice of paints. If they would like to ask, anyone would like to ask paints, then the name will come as Crown. If you like it, Crown, that people love it, Yeah.
If you like it.
Crown it.
Crown it. It's an old company. 1958 is actually talks about proper heritage of a company. When we talk about 13 billion shillings turnover in a year, are you the market leaders?
Of course.
Like
there's no doubt about it.
You have the largest market share.
No doubt about
paint
it.
industry in the country.
Yes.
What's that market share? Was it 20%?
I think we
40,
have
70?
two categories product. One is premium and one is economy. So a premium market, our market share is more than 60% in this country. Overall market, if you talk about premium economy both put together, we should be holding by 38% market share. Our market share in economy is a little bit lesser because there was when 2005, 10 paint company was there. Now today 100 paint companies. So a lot of economy brands are mushrooming in this country. So it's good for Kenyan also. They get a cheaper brand options. So that is one of the key factor where economy brands basically market share is very difficult to define because we don't get those data for those companies. So that's why we say, and we just talk because we known as a premium brand. So we talk about more premium market share. Yeah. Yes.
60% market share for the premium brand. That's huge.
Yeah.
Do you manufacture your paints locally?
Everything locally.
From scratch, from the beginning to end?
Yes. We only import few car paints, which is very high-tech products, only for all metallic color car paints, which we importing, but it's a mere maybe 2% of our turnover. So most of things we manufacturing here locally.
Is your market only Kenya or does it cross?
No, we are a regional player and we have 5 manufacturing facilities across the East Africa. So we are in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda. Kenya, we have 2 manufacturing plant, and all other countries we have 1 manufacturing plant. So we produce our paint locally in each and every country.
When you say you have 2 in Kenya, so where are they located? I'm sure. First is Nairobi.
Yeah, one. Second is in Kisumu.
The one on the side of the road.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
When you hear that, you see it, and you can
I see
locate it.
I even saw it being built. I actually see it. That's why I said on the side. It's like I'm actually there seeing it. Yes.
The fully semi-automatic plant is run by 35 people, and is completely on automations. So main intervention is not involved in the whole process. The whole the way it's a PLC base.
Yeah.
All RMs comes automatically on the mills. It has a program how to mix the additives and all other raw materials. After that, is automatically milling start place, and automatically it get filled. And it's the best plant so far any company has in country.
When you talk about automation, if you compare the automated plants and the other one that's not as, I'm sure the other one is also automated, well, just not as automated as the Kisumu one, what does it give you? What are the benefits that you get?
I think the most important is consistent quality, improve the internal efficiencies. Definitely is give the cost benefit to us because my manufacturing cost goes down by 30-40%. It'll help me to be competitive in the market. And because now the challenge what we have, cake is one and there are now 10 players, now 100 players. So we have to make sure I protect my share in the market. And for that, I need to be efficient and smart, improving my technologies and the processes to make sure I can manage my cost management. It's very important for any businesses to be competitive in the market. And to be a dominant player, we have to control our costs. And these are the various pillars of any organizations where how we can improve the efficiency and can be competitive in the market and can offer a quality brand to the Kenyans at a reasonable price.
Who are the main consumers of your product? Now, let's start with the economy products and then the premium. Which part of this economy consumes your product the most?
Okay, I think if you talk about two part of business, the premium generally, every house owner, they want to do the paint for their house. Sweet home, we can call it sweet home. People want to use premium brand because it should be last for 5 to 7 years, So generally what happened, because people can, painting house is little bit, have a hassle. You have to remove a lot of things and you need a painter in. So you understand, it's become a little uncomfortable. So generally people want to do a quality paint so it can stay for 5 to 7, 8 years, Now, so that's most of the house owners, they are using premium quality brands. As far as where the commercial is concerned, the particular warehouses and people would like to make an apartment, want to sell to someone else, which they are not been really honored, and the finish has no much meaning. It just need to look clean and acceptable. So then people try to use more economy. Apart from that, like upcountry market where slowly the lifestyle is coming up, and that's, of course, the affordability also, premium is like almost 3 times 4 times higher by the normal economy product. So it's like when a lifestyle starts, like for example to upcountry like Kisumu area, I'm just giving one of example. Kisumu, we have a lot of town, lot of county where they are now coming up slowly, the lifestyle are coming up. So they are using, if you go to more interior, a lot of people use economy because at least make sure the house look clean and neat and acceptable. So that's the reason that certain category of people of particular upcountry, they use a lot of economy brands. But if you talk about main town, like Nairobi, Kisumu, Mombasa, all big towns, now most of the institutions, customers, architects, professionals, they use premium brand.
Rakesh, we will talk about Magical Kenya Open shortly. We are building up into what then brings Crown into the Magical Kenya Open.
Yes.
But first, let's understand this business of paint.
Yes.
In your entire value chain, where do you see your costs being highest?
I think if you talk about value chain for last couple of years, our major concern was when the COVID has embarked in the whole world market. The production supply was become big issue, and overall market of the paint was gone up tremendously. So price of RM gone up by at least 2 times, 3 times, because production was not happening because of COVID restrictions, and demand was there. So the whole system, and China was locked down, and there were so many conditions, containers were not available. The freight become 3 to 4 times during that time. So that was the most difficult time for us to manage our supply chain, value chain. But somehow we have invested a little bit more stocks to make sure that our customers should get our product in time. So that's one of the key things that's still not stable at the moment. RM is coming because nothing has been produced in Kenya. Everything we import. Everything, 99% we import. So, of course, that's the biggest challenge which we have is supply chain is still getting normal now. But now issue of currency, the way the currency, Kenya shilling depreciating is affecting very badly to us. And, I mean, no businessman today tells how to cost your product, because every day for costing is changing.
Every day it's changing.
135, you're buying 138. Keep changing the price. So now the local currency, which is depreciating, is affecting business in a very, very big way to us at the moment. Yeah.
And you cannot transfer this on a daily basis, fluctuating.
It's not possible. It's just you have to take a hit. How much you can control your cost, there is a limit we can do. So we have a challenge on managing business in current situation, and then we need some stability here. Yeah.
There's something that many governments do to help manufacturing entities within their country. They're called tax breaks. Now, the industry that you're in, do you enjoy such breaks?
Of course, I think any break is good for us. We are looking for, someone can give oxygen to us, So it will help us because, for example, low-cost housing project, which has been all dream of all presidents, and somehow they are achieving certain levels, and then same dream is also from our current president. I mean, I'm just saying, Kenyans are, of course, if you talk about 100%, I mean, talk about 100, maybe 10% or 15% Kenyan have a shelter today. The rest of all are living on a rented house or struggling.
Yeah.
So yeah, for 5 years, I think tax rebate on VAT rebate on construction item, 2 or 3 items, just pick 3-4 items.
Yeah.
It can really help in a big way, and the cost of housing can go down further, and Kenyan can afford. Because I think the biggest development of any nation, GDP growth, come from the infrastructures and the constructions. If the constructions is on a peak, this country, any country can do very well, and can have a job opportunity for Kenyans. People will not sleep hungry. There's enough opportunity, because see, 1 liter paint which I am sell, if you talk about 100 liters paint, I employ 3 people. That's what happened. We got distributors, then painters, then painters helpers. So we indirectly, suppose today I have 1,500 people working for me, but today overall, if we talk about Crown, we've been engaging more than 10,000 people, because distributors, the sales, helpers, all put together. So you understand how one industry can create how much job opportunity in this country.
Talking about painters, some people call them applicators and us. The issue of skill has been a big one. You know, the people who talk about, we ask for painter, and the person just comes and they can't. Have you done anything? Do you have any program as Crown Paints to actually improve the skill and maybe certification of your painters through NITA and others?
I think you'll surprise what we did. Or I'm very surprised it's not reached to this information to you also. So Crown has one program called TK, Team Kubwa, where we have done completely automations processes, where once any painter registered in our systems, and if he's using Crown Paints, so he's continuously in our observations what any painters are doing. And we train every year 30,000-40,000 painters. And we have recently started a new concept called Master Painter, where the painters has certified, and we can give you the name of particular county where who is a good painter here, and they can they have been recommended for you to do good finish and good work. And we have so many master painters today in our database, and we are continuously working, upgrading skills of painter, lifestyle of painters. Even we started a SACO also for the painters, where they can have a habit of saving for the children's, and they can take this money for insurance, in case medical insurance, and they can save money for the future. So we are really very serious about painter communities, and you will surprise that the painters are loving our products, because we are the first company taken that social call to taking care of their lifestyle. Today, I'm proud to say that when I came 20 years before and now, the Kenyan painters are become the best in type of application paints, scheming, and giving greater finishes.
What kind of certification do you get? Do you get them accredited with the National Industrial Training
No, I think
Authority?
it's a Crown basically. When they do that, we do a lot of tests. There is a test process where they know how to apply 1, 2, 3, 4 product, how finishes comes. We know, we ask some certain questions, and on basis of question and answer, we know that the guy is skilled. He knows his job. We visit couple of his sites, what he did, and after that we give a certification. So we have like 10 to 15 people who do this job for certifying painters and visiting them and working closely with them.
People who are just basically dealing with the painters.
Yes.
Well, we know about the Team Kubwa initiative, of course. We're not asking it out of not knowing. And there's been a conversation that we know that you've had on how can we consumers then get to know who the best painters are. Is it through an app, development of an app where we can like Uber a painter?
Yeah, it is all available on the website. Yes.
Great. Now we bring the conversation to Muthaiga Golf Club. And you've been working with the Muthaiga Golf Club for a number of years and in the run-up to the Magical Kenya Open. What is it that you do?
I think being a member of Muthaiga, always club chairmen and directors are very close friends, and we play golf together. So whenever this opportunity comes, they definitely approach me, and being a member is my home club. So that's the reason that they always accept something to contribute to the Magical Kenya Open. And I think I personally feel that promoting golf in this country is the biggest opportunity for Africa, for Kenya. Of course, South Africa has reached at certain level. It's a maybe maturity level. The East Africa has never done on a big way. So that's the reason this is one of the greatest opportunity. Golf tour is one of the biggest tour in the world now, and people spending money. But most of the people have a lot of money, retired professionals, CEOs, chairmen, and they love to travel. And that's the reason that I think Kenya has amazing opportunities in golf destinations, and we feel that we can be part as a crown to make our dream true. That every amateur in the world would like to come and play golf in Kenya. And the reason is, if you look at I also played many courses worldwide. I go to US and I played a couple of golf courses in there. I played in Australia, I played in Canada. But I can tell you, we are very proud what we have in Kenya. We should be proud. And the courses what we have, beautiful courses we have, and beautiful people we have here, I think we should market very, very heavily in the world market.
Why do you say we have the best?
See, quality of courses which we have, greens are very natural here, weather conditions is very good. Everything is natural here. And today you get a KD of $10, where you can't even get a KD in any other part of the world, So those are all the facilities. They carry your bag, they show you the line. So your golf game become more fun and enjoyable. If you suppose I go and play in Dubai, no one is helping me. Where is the green and what is a pin? I just do what I do, Anyway, we are spoiled, but it's okay. But it's a good fun, Someone is carrying bag. So, we have a lot of opportunities to, we should target as a country that we should get 100,000 golfers worldwide in Kenya. And you understand what job opportunity you're creating, what is economy, scale. All hotels will be busy, people will be busy, and golf course will be busy. I think we have to engage people. As more tourists comes, your country become busy and we create more foreign revenue for the country, which is now in need of ours at the moment.
Rakesh, you've played golf in very many countries, right? Not just in Kenya. You've played in several other countries. Like which other countries have you played golf?
I play more in US because I go US every year. Canada and Australia, Dubai. These are the 4 or 5 countries because they are a big golf destination in the world.
Indeed they are. Let's take a break. 27 minutes to 9. Dr. Rakesh Rao is the Group CEO of Crown Paints. If you like it, crown it. They are working with the Magical Kenya Open this year. They've been working the Muthaiga Golf Club for a while. Magical Kenya Open begins today and ends on Sunday at the Muthaiga Golf Club. We want to hear what Crown Paints has been doing to nurture Kenyan golfers. Our conversation coming up after the break.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
Dr. Rakesh Rao, Group CEO, Crown Paints Kenya. We are talking about nurturing Kenyan golfers. As an ardent golfer yourself, Dr. Rao, what is it that Crown Paints has been doing to support the development of sport?
I think we've been quite aggressive. I think I personally take a lot of interest, and we've been doing golf promotions and supporting across all the categories. Junior golf, which we've been supporting for last 15 years, and we've been trying to nurturing the young golfers. And I can tell you, the future of this country is going to be great. In next 5 years, you will see amazing golfers going to come on this country. I can see a lot of parents, young parents are taking a lot of interest there and then teaching the golf. And it's amazing. I think after COVID golf has really taken quite a bet in this country, and every I can see a lot of golfers. The parents are teaching golf to the children. So, and we have great infrastructures. For example, we have very beautiful clubs in Nairobi. And I think we should explore. We should take the advantage of that to promote this big sports in the world. Apart from that, we also raise a lot of fundraising for the childrens. On orphans and childrens, cancer for all golf, which for raising money for cancer for women. We all support those events. Average we spent around 20-25 million shilling every year to promote this golf in these countries, and most of 60 to 70, 80% our all clubs, we do the competitions to make sure the golf is active. Because see what happened on the clubs, if there's no sponsorship, the golfers lose interest. When the competition is there, they take the participations with a lot of interest, and the whole atmosphere is very different. The social atmosphere, when any companies sponsor, like Crown, I can talk about Crown, I think is a slot are fully booked. People are so excited to play our competition, to win our competitions. And it's create a good social networking to the people. For us is also a benefit. We know a lot of professionals, a lot of people are looking for a development, looking for a paints. So it's a good opportunity for us to also connect to the people for our brands, promoting our brands, and a social fun for the professional golfers.
Every time we hear of promotion of golf and we hear of promoting the activity among the youth, it's difficult to imagine anything better. But then when you say we are likely to see the results in a couple of years' time, tell us what's happening now, which makes you so sure that in a couple of years' time, whatever investment has been made in promoting golf among young people will bring the desired results that you speak of.
I think we all have to be hopeful. I personally also feel that, developments cannot be done by one company. We are committed to the golf, and I appeal to other corporate also to come on board. Okay, then its government also has to take a very, very a lot of initiative to create infrastructures and program for the developing youth. You cannot create a golfers in like 5 years. It takes a long time.
Yes.
I was playing yesterday golf. I was participating pro-ams, and guy called his name is Marcel Sim. He is one of the top notch golfer today in the world. I mean, in European tour. He said his father and mother, he was playing golf since he was 3 to 4 years, like a Tiger Woods son. But there is a development program continuously supported by the countries, because there is a need of injections of funds by the government also sometimes. The ministers or the sports minister, they have to provide certain funds to make sure that pros of Kenyans get enough opportunities to play a lot of competition in this country. So you play more and more competition, you become a more and more stronger. And your minds, because golf is a mind game. It's just a mind game. How your mind strongly, you can play better golf in the day. And that's what I'm saying. Our pros are not getting opportunity, unfortunately, to play a lot of tournaments. They cannot go and play in another country also because of membership issue. So I think this is where, if you have more pros and like Kenyan pros and playing in PGA or European Tour and all, I think it's a great advantage to the nation. Hey, my God, this guy is from Kenya. Let me see what is Kenya golf courses,
Oh, yes.
So we all have to, like one company can't do it. But I think overall, the corporate companies and government can work together and make sure that the golf development programs well planned, and there should be vision. At least there should be vision of the government and the people or a governing body, and let's not be interrupted by any other means, and make sure we execute the plan. And I'm sure example of India was not there in cricket today, The development program of India for last 10, 20 years, they put the India cricket number one in the world today. We have to vision now. If you plan a vision, the plan can be done, and we have to execute the plan.
Starting from the plan.
We have a sports fund in this country. And one of the things that is indicated as being the aims of that fund is to do precisely that. To be able to promote, to be able to provide the CSR arm of sports.
Yes.
So that whenever you have a sport, at least now from the government, has a direct question. Has the government participated actively in supporting golf, from your view?
Partly, yes. Partly they have done something like that. But that's what I'm saying. The program has not been cemented well. The program has to be a world class. The program has to have a quality strategic plan, which been aligned with the top national top plan in the world, and they need to hire a good people, maybe from US or Europe, who can help them to execute the plan, because the ownership required to the given to the expert, and we are not expert to it. Let's accept it. Let's get experts and give them authority, and let them run the program for 5 to 10 years, and then see what results are coming. And I'm 100% sure Kenya has the biggest advantage of having an infrastructure of golf, so that can be used very effectively. Yes.
If you look at the amount of money that actually is pumped into golf through sponsors from the private sector, companies such as Crown Paints, the Standard Group also sponsors a golf tournament, and very many others. Do you think there's a better way that this could be managed so that you harness what you're talking about, nurturing golf talent, supporting the professionals, and then also finding ways of exporting this talent?
Partnership with the private sectors, working together. Ownership remain with the experts. I hope my message is very clear. The ownership who can execute the plan better, he should be responsible, they should be responsible to make sure the program are not been interrupted by any means, by any other authorities.
So what kind of partnership, when you say partnership, are you talking about like a consolidated fund where we say that all of us, I'd like to sponsor golf, Crown Paints would like to sponsor golf, others would like to sponsor golf, we all come together to, the kind of golf union?
Yeah, you can make a fund, or maybe you can make some corporate fund.
And then KGU then creates this kind of a program that says, so your Rakesh, Crown Paints partnership is going to support this and that element, and we believe that it aligns with what you said would be your vision.
Yeah, I think I'm not I never run a sports academy, so I don't know. And I never run this program. I'm here to support. I can appeal to various corporates to come on board. Say, fine, we can create a kitty of certain amount, and then all we can just to promote golf in a professional, structured way, and all money being spent, being transparent, and being published. So there's no question being raised by anyone where the money was spent. So that's what I'm saying. We need to have an academy, we need to have experts, and after raising the fund, the ownership lie with the professionals to run seriously the program for next 5 years without any interruptions.
Give us, for example, if you have to pick an example of the other countries, say Canada or Australia, countries where you visited and played golf, how do they do it?
I think they have a huge development program from junior up to pros, and so they support. They have a lot of sponsored. Like yesterday I was playing with Marcel Sim. He has a sponsorship for Calais for next 1 year. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. Now, why? Because he is a person who won competitions and given that brand, that mileage. So that's what I'm saying. If we have a structured program and our pros start doing well in the other other competition worldwide, and they can go and play in Europe, they can play in Dubai, and this is all various competition they play and they win, and they like come in top 3, top 4. I think you find that there's a chance of getting a lot of sponsorship. Even the same fund which we created, we can also support them. So I have a plan. I'm working with some of the pros. They have submitted to me that this is what we want to do for pros. So I'm taking initiative. I'm starting with a small scale at the moment, but I'm sure that if people are listening and they want to become on board, we can able to do something great for Kenyan pro in this country, and can take this Kenya as a different level as a golf destinations.
One of the questions that is always asked with regards to sports, once we've talked about the professionals, the amateurs, the youth, girls, women, sponsorship and encouragement of girls, young girls, and probably women to also participate effectively in the sport of golf.
Of course, I think I'm not talking about only men. I'm talking about overall. Youth means, of course, girls, boys,
yes.
And of course, even women, Kenyan women also have great opportunities, and they can able to also. I think a particular Mombasa, there's a lot of events are happening in Vipingo, and all top class ladies golfers are coming and playing in Vipingo. We've been invited to sponsor, but the kitty was very big. So, but yes, I mean, that's what I'm saying. A lot of top women's golfers are coming and playing in Vipingo. So it's the same opportunity. Last year, because of my relationship with the Emirates Golf Course, the 40 women came from Emirates Golf Course, and they played a 4 days golf in all golf courses in Nairobi. So opportunities are there. We have to sell. And to sell, create an infrastructure and create to the market what we have in the country. We are unable to market ourselves.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
We always ask questions of, corporate brands that talk about sponsoring events such as this one. What is in it for you? Why is Crown Paints spending its hard-earned money, putting it into golf?
I don't think it's, to be very frank, it's a professional give and take, because when we sponsor competitions, I'm sure that a lot of people looking for paint solutions or professional architects, contractors. So we cement our relationship with them also, and they become a brand loyal.
Yeah.
It's a very golf has such a great bonding. When you play golf with someone or architect professional, you become like a very personal friend. Have one drink, and anytime you call, he will do your job. I think he will not ask whether I'm getting any benefit at all. I can personally feel that if I'm sponsoring this tournament every year. So of course my cause is social, but of course networking people, knowing more people, what the projects are happening, what are our inputs, what are the new suggestions a lot of people give us. So we work on that. Various suggestions come through various golfing events, So it's a give and take, and I can tell you we have great advantage of doing these golf tournaments. What we spend, we get more than that. As per now, fraternity of entire golfers, I can tell in Kenya, and I'm proud to say that they know only one brand. There's Crown. If you like it, Crown it.
That's what because you've associated with them.
Yes.
So the whole thing is, people should not just look at it and think there is no thinking behind it. There is thinking behind it. And it's important that there is two-way value. Because when there's two-way value, then you also value the fact that you're actually spending money into it.
Yes.
And you value the fact that you'd like the money to go into something that develops and maintains your brand image. You don't want to be associated with the tournament that you put in money in.
And they are major decision makers. If you really ask me, the people play golf. They are major decision makers. They have upgraded lifestyle. They have such a level. They can have a capacity to spend money. They have capacity to expand. They are in property developments. Okay.
Yeah.
So of course, it come back always.
When you talk about branding, anything that is associated with the public good that you can see helps cement that brand apart from just being user friendly, as being concerned. Now, it as nothing gets better when you talk about a give and take situation than one where the direct benefit, which has no commercial value but a huge social capital value, is actually brought into that particular arena.
Create a social brand value which is more impact than you do any advertisement.
That's it. It's about social impact and what you do about it. Let's talk green. Yeah. So, of course, when you think golf, you think green. So let's also bring you the angle of green. How green are your paints? And what is it that you talk about when you're saying conserving our environment, thinking about climate change and the paint that you produce?
If you look at our tin, it's all written. All our paints are green. Okay, we are not using lead. When we stopped using lead for many, many years. Low VOC means basically volatile organic chemicals. Our paints are completely VOC. So it doesn't have, even see here, it's written here, no harmful smell.
Yes.
It shows that our paint has a no harmful smell. It means that we are not using any chemicals which affect your health and atmosphere. And we have to, since we are listed companies and number one brand leaders, we always provided low VOC paint in these countries, completely environmental friendly paints. If you look at the Crown for last 50, 60 years, we follow all the best regulations of NEMA. We never compromise. We are in influent treatment plant, whatever may be our wastage is coming, we make sure it doesn't come and affect the atmospheres. We don't compromise anything because to be a number one brand, you have to follow all the best practices. We are ISO 9000, 14,000, 18,000. We follow all the health best practices. We follow green initiatives. We have used solar systems. So we also help the environment in such a way that we do not harm with any processes. And all the brands, all the products are 100% environmental friendly.
When you mentioned something, just out of curiosity, what was lead used for in paints? Why was the lead to begin with?
I think to reduce the cost. To make more profits. Lead-free paints are, most of the local brands, they have to use it because it's a cheaper available. And it is rejected all over the world. So wherever it's available, so you import at a very low cost. So if you use lead, its cost goes down. So that's the reason that when you make any environmental, all pigments are organic pigments. So organic pigments are more expensive than normal. Today, you go and buy organic food in any shop.
It's expensive.
It's maybe double.
Yes.
So that's what organic is. Organic means,
And then the bigger challenge then is because you have to follow all this, because as a company you've decided we want to go green, we want to be environmental friendly, we want to comply with all rules and regulations, it becomes more expensive for you to actually produce.
Of course, our cost is...
And then your competition is cheaper and they're going to the market.
Yeah, see, nothing comes cheap today. And you talk about any developed nation like US, America, or European countries, all green initiative which they have taken, all the green products, if you go and buy organic products, are most costly. So yeah, of course, but we are here to serve this nation, to the Kenyans, to give the best of the product, environmental friendly and green paints to them. We care for their health. And they breathe.
Yeah.
The breath is important. We don't want to breathe some harmful smell, to make their life healthy,
We've talked about local manufacturers, and especially those that want to comply with all the rules and regulations, complaining that the infiltration of the counterfeits is actually cutting up on business. Has your industry been affected by counterfeit?
Counterfeit is a part of any developing nations because our rules and regulation compliances are not very strict here. If you found something doing counterfeit, you pay 10,000, 2,500 shilling penalty and you can get away. So So that's the part. That's various business dynamics we have to face. Threats, which we call as a threats. But you look into my packaging, is the way it has been done. It is a seal here. Once you broke the seal, you cannot close the tin again. So we've been trying to bring various innovation in our packaging that people should not do a counterfeit our product. So I think 90% we are able to 95% our all water-based products cannot be counterfeit. It's very difficult. But what happened? People are not aware sometimes. The people sitting in upcountry market and all remote area, which they don't understand. They don't have access to the information. So sometimes the people do take the advantage of that. But I think we have been very strict, and now anytime we generally get information lead, we generally act very fast on that. Of late, the complaints are after introducing all new packaging, innovative packaging, the complaints has gone drastically down. Earlier, we used to get like a 3-4 complaint in a month. Now we even don't get one complaint in 3 months. So we achieve quite a lot on with putting innovative packaging. Yeah.
Dr. Rao, thank you very much for joining us today.
Pleasure talking to you people.
And yes, and all the best with the sponsorship for the Magical Kenya Open this year and the support that you're giving them. We'll be there. We'll be going today, tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday.
I'll see you there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dr. Rakesh Rao is the Group CEO of Crown Paints Kenya PLC.